Yo, what's good YouTube, iClxtch? We back out with another video, man. Today's video, I got you guys with this new rare two-way slashing point forward build in NBA 2K24. Now, if you guys did see some of my other point forward builds, I told you guys I was going to be dropping more point forwards. Today, we do have the two-way slashing point forward, which is a pretty solid build. So let's get straight into it. Obviously, this stuff right here is personal preference. And of course, we are a point forward, so make sure you do go small forward in order to get this build name. And if you guys don't know, the maximum height for a point forward this year is actually 6'7", because you need at least an 88 ball handle in order to get this build name. Of course, you cannot do that if you go 6'8" and taller. So 6'7" is actually the maximum you can go. If you want to go 6'6", that's not a bad height either, but I'm gonna go 6'7" since this is a two-way. I do want to have anchor, and of course you do have to be 6'7" to get anchor. I did go minimum weight, and I did max the wingspan out. So yeah, go 6'7", 180 and a maximum wingspan. And of course, make sure you do go small forward so you do get this build name. Alright, moving on to the actual build. Now, like how I usually do, I am going to get the physicals out the way first. So I did go 81 speed. Of course, that will give you your silver speed booster badge, so make sure you do go 81 speed. I did go 73 acceleration also. That will give you silver blow by and silver fast feet. Has to be at least a 73. I have been seeing a lot of people saying that acceleration doesn't really matter this year in terms of dribbling. I have seen a lot of people make short guards and they're going like 77 XL. People are saying that speed's more important this year in terms of dribbling. So 73 acceleration, that's not bad, because again, it will give you your silver badges. And strength, I put this to a 55, of course. That will give you bronze fearless once we upgrade our finishing, and silver clamps. And vertical, now this build, of course, it's a two-way slashing point forward. It is going to have contact dunks. It's going to have an 89 driving dunk. Of course, those contact dunk animations require a 78 vertical. And stamina, I put this to a 95. I think this will give us gold workhorse, so make sure it's at least a 95. Alright, now that the physicals are done, let's get straight into making this build. So we are going to start off with the finishing. Of course, we are a slashing point forward, a two-way slashing point forward. In order to get the name slashing, you do need to have pretty decent finishing. I'm assuming you need at least like an 87 driving dunk. If you guys don't know, 87 driving dunk will give you the pro contact dunks off of 2. I don't think those are really good enough though, so I just went 89 driving dunk. 89 driving dunk and a 78 vertical will give you pro contact dunks off of 1. You also could go 90 if you do want this gold precision dunker. I have been hearing a lot of people saying that precision dunker really doesn't work that well. I don't know if it's true. I would have went for it. I just didn't have enough attributes to do so. So if you want to sacrifice something else to get that, you definitely could. But a lot of people have been saying that that badge doesn't even work. So I just went 89 for the contact dunk animations. And here's all the badges you get. So you get silver posterizer, slithery, precision dunker, aerial wizard. You guys can see for yourself pretty much all the badges right there. Pretty solid badges. Alright, now moving on to shooting with this build. Now, since we are a slashing point forward, unfortunately, you can't really have crazy insane shooting stats. If you do, it will change the name of the build to either like an inside out point forward or a 3-point point forward or something like that. So in order to get this build name, your maximum mid-range and three-pointer is actually a 77. If you go 78 and above, it will change the name of the build. So just keep that in mind. I did go 72 mid-range, but like I did say, if you want to go 77, that is the maximum. 72 mid-range will give you silver mini magician and 3-ball. I put it to the maximum, of course. 77. That definitely is kind of low, so if you guys don't like that, you also could check out my inside out point forward build and my 3-point point forward builds. Those do have higher 3-pointers if 77 isn't high enough for you. If it is, then great. But yeah, in order to get this build name, your maximum 3-ball and mid-range is a 77. And here's all the badges you get: blinders, catch and shoot, deadeye. It's definitely still not bad. As you guys see, you still get pretty decent silver badges. You still will get decent releases and bases like JT Thor. So it's not terrible. But I know some people probably will want higher shooting. Like I said, I have dropped other point forward builds, and I did go 61 free throw. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that free points badge. I just went 61. Alright, moving on to playmaking, the most key category in order to get this build name. You are a point forward. Pass accuracy has to be at least an 87 in order to get this build name. If you go 86 and below, it will change the name of the build. So if you want this build name, two-way slashing point forward, your pass accuracy does have to be at least an 87 for that bronze bailout. A lot of good pass styles. Here's all the other badges you get. You guys can see for yourself. And ball handle, like I did say earlier, the minimum ball handle in order to get this build name is an 88. Like I said, if you want to make a 6-6 with a 92 ball handle, so you get gold speed booster, unpluckable, blow by, and stuff like that, you definitely could. I just went bare minimum 88 ball handle. If you guys don't know, that actually does give you Kobe Bryant signature size up, which is pretty nice. That's the minimum. If you want to go higher, you definitely could. And Spiel Ball, I put this to a 75. That will give us 3 silver badges, as you guys see: blow by, speed booster, and hyperdrive, which is pretty nice. Alright, moving on to defense. Of course, we are a two-way. We are going to have pretty good defense. I put the interior defense to a 61. That is the requirement for bronze anchor. Make sure you at least have a 61 interior defense. And perimeter defense, in order to get the two-way build name, your perimeter defense does have to be at least an 87. If you go 86 and below, it will just call you a slashing point forward. So if you want to just be called a slashing point forward, could go like 85 for like the silver clamps, or even 86 for that gold workhorse. But as soon as you go 87, it will call you a two-way slashing point forward. If you want to go higher, you definitely could. That's just the bare minimum. 87 will give you that gold challenger. And here's all the other badges you get: clamps, ankle braces, fast feet, pick dodger, workhorse, and off-ball pest. I did put the steel to an 85 as well. I did want to have at least silver glove, interceptor, and right stick ripper. And like I did say, I did go 61 interior defense for a reason. I did want to have anchor on bronze, which of course does require at least a 77 block and a 61 interior defense. I just went 78 block, as you guys see. Does give you silver chase down artist. And then I did put the rest of the attributes onto defensive rebound. I got that to a 60, which of course will give you bronze rebound chaser. And as you guys can see, this is pretty much the build right here, the two-way slashing point forward. Pretty solid build. You do have pretty good defense. You are a two-way. You obviously would expect that. You have good playmaking. You are a point forward. Good sigs, good ball handling, good pass accuracy. Decent enough shooting. It's definitely a little bit lower compared to some other builds, but like I said, if you want a higher three, check out my inside out point forward and my 3-point point forwards. I already have those videos on my channel. But if you're fine with the low 3-pointer, then this build will definitely not be bad. And of course, you do have both the pro driving contact dunks and 89 driving dunk, which is definitely not bad. Pretty solid build right here. And as you guys can see, this build does have shades of Steven Jackson, Jimmy Butler, and RJ Barrett. Pretty good comparisons right there. And like I did say, this build is called a two-way slashing point forward. Pretty rare build name right there. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. That is the build. Let me know what you guys think about this build in the comment section below. I definitely will be dropping the regular slashing point forward. The defense definitely isn't going to be as good. I'm going to be more focused on trying to get like every contact dunk in the game if possible. I definitely do want to have in the 90s with the regular slashing point forward. It's just this build a two-way, so I had to sacrifice a little bit on finishing in order to get good defense. But if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys do subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the like button so you don't miss out on these videos. I will be dropping a lot more rare builds, so again, you don't want to miss out on these. Make sure you guys do subscribe. I really would appreciate it. But if you guys did enjoy this build, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Pretty much it, and I'm out.